Hey guys, welcome to Outlaw Edge. So I'm working on this beauty today. This is a 2021. This is the brand new Suburban that came out. These are kind of stealthy or whatever, because they're brand new. So I mean, you can check the year right there. It says 2021. So it's already rusting and stuff though. I don't know. But I'll show you what I'm working on here. This thing is nice and clean, huh? So on the door is like super hard to open and close. And on these, this originally was from Minnesota, so it's got a lot of rust and whatever. So like right here, you can see all the rust. It just gets so bad. I'm trying to get some light in here so you guys can see. But it's the thing is just rotted out. But the door hasn't been open, from what the lady was saying. It hasn't been open in years. So for like 5 years, I guess they've never opened the door. When I say open the door, I'm not talking about this one. This one opens fine, but it's really hard to open because the hinges right here are rusty. Excuse me. And on this one here, this door's never been open in 5 years. So what I did is I crawled inside the truck or the Suburban, and I popped these the bottom inner door panel off. And then right here, started spray lubing this. And I kind of learned a trick today. I was pretty impressed with it. But I use this PB Blaster or whatever it is. What is this stuff? PB Blaster? Yeah. And no, I'm not sponsored by these guys. And then afterwards, after it sat for an hour or so, I used just regular brake clean. And it actually knocked the rust off, which kind of surprised me. So I don't know if it was just like surface rust or what it was. But what happens is the salt gets sprayed up over your vehicles. And then, it comes up off the roof when you're going down the road, and then it leaks down, and then the salt and the snow just rots everything. I mean, you can see everything on this thing is just rusty, and underneath the frame is rusty and whatever. But after I sprayed a PB Blaster on here on this whole mechanism, let it sit for a while, and then I sprayed brake clean on here, it made it where it looks like it's brand new, and I've never had that happen before, so it kind of surprised me. It was almost like it neutralized it or something because it knocked all the rust off. And then on the bottom, this was just caked on here. And it actually knocked a bunch of that off too. So, that really surprised me. But here's the problem. The door wouldn't even when I got it to where I could open it, I couldn't even open it because these hinges were actually locked up. You can see where I was hitting on them with a hammer and stuff and spraying in here, the PB Blaster and whatever. And then you used to have like those neoprene bushings inside there. Well, I was hammering on those, trying to get these to open. And I had to just wiggle this thing back and forth and back and forth. And I actually got it to where it'll half-ass open up. It's still really tight right there, which, I mean, that's fine. It'll eventually, now that I can use the door, now that the door can be open and closed, it'll probably start working better. But I got to get these, the latch that goes here, which is this top one right here. I got to get it working. The bottom one seems like it's working pretty good now, which is really surprising because that was the one that was locked up right here. It was completely just locked up. And all I did is I took a pry bar where the door was and I stuck it in here like this. And then I grabbed the latch, I pulled the latch, and then I really slowly just pushed it out like this and opened the door up. And it just walked this latch, there's like a bear claw latch right there that goes like this. And it just opened it up and opened the door. I'm gonna try to do this, hold on one second. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. But anyways, so what I'm trying to do is this right here. You can see a bunch of, I'm not sure if you can see that in the camera because I'm gonna screw up with the lighting right there. Oops. See those stress fractures, stress cracks right there? So I'm not sure if this got somehow bent up or if that's just from the factory when they bent that piece. But what I need to do is this needs to come down a little bit. And then my idea was, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull this clip out because I've messed with this over an hour now trying to get it to open and close. And all you have to do is just take a screwdriver and just barely move it and it pops right, the door pops right open. And what I'll do is I'll set up the tripod inside the cab and I'll show you what's going on. So what's going on right here is this bracket is not pulling down. So like if I reach down here below and I'm pulling, you can see this moving a little bit right here. That's when I'm pulling that arm, trying to open the door. So I'm taking the lever, pulling it, and it's got this rod that pulls down on it, but obviously that rod has so much bend in it that it just, you know, doesn't open the door. So if you take a broken screwdriver and you stick it right here like this, it pops the door right open and you can open it up. And then, I mean, you can open and close it, but you can't do it with the damn latch. And you, like I said, you can see that moving right there. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this clip out and I'm gonna put 2 washers above that clip, and that'll give me just a little bit more, so it'll pull down on that just a little bit, and we'll see if that'll work. So if that works, I'll turn the camera back on and see where we're at. You know, you can see how easy it opens once it has just that little bit of pull on it. But like I said, the latch is bent so much, or that rod is bent so much, it's just not letting it do it. So we'll go from there. So right here, there's a Torx bolt here, and then right on the side of the mechanism, it's tucked up underneath this trim. You got this one here. And so I need to go grab a socket for that. And then, sorry about the lighting, I'm trying to figure this out. So I need to grab a socket for that, and then what I'll do is I'll just pull this whole thing off, and then this clip here, the lighting's kind of screwed up in here. There you go. That clip there I gotta pull off. So I'll get that pulled out of there. So I need the adapter for the 1/4 inch. I think it's this one right here, maybe. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Yeah, there we go. So I'll go ahead and get these pulled out of here. I'll get this clip pulled off before I pull that other one off. I need a pick. Kind of a lame clip because they make it where only you can only get it on one way. That's stupid. Well, they sure don't make it easy. Like, this clip is a pain in the ass to come off of right here. But I'm trying to get this piece out. And the best way to do that is just go down here. If you watch right here, when I move this piece at the top, you can see it moving around. And all you gotta do there is just pull this clip back here. And holy crap, sorry about the crappy camera work. Come on, focus. There you go. Focus. And then just pull that out. And then this whole thing now should drop down far enough to get this down. Yeah, this is kind of hard to do with one hand. Now the clip comes off. And then what I'll do is I'll put, prick. So I just lost that clip. I'll have to dig around on the floor and find that. If not, I have some other ones that are close to it that I'll put in there. But I'm gonna put 2 washers right here, so when I pull down on that, it pushes this down just a little bit more. Now I gotta dig for that damn clip. All right, well, we ended up at the welding table. And what I did is I took and welded a 1/4 inch, well, actually it was a metric nut, I think, but it doesn't matter. A small nut on there, and then this slides through there, and then when it pulls down, it hits on that right there. And then I gotta take this off. It's tighter than hell on there. That's holding that jaw open, or that latch, the bearer latch mechanism open. So I'll get this busted off the table and ground down, cleaned up and whatever, and see if we can reinstall it. So I'm not really sure what happened, but after I welded that nut on there, and then I ground it, and I dipped this thing in the water, this thing clicked real loud, and now it moves way back, and before it was only moving like this much. So I don't know if it finally let go, where this is actually releasing all the way now. You know, that arm is supposed to move like that, and before I couldn't even move it that much, and now, like I said, I can move it all the way back to here. So I think that sucker's gonna work. Should work good. It was kind of comical. I went to the post office earlier, and the lady that was the postmaster or whatever, she's like, "Oh my gosh, you smell like gas." And I'm like, "No, it's the lube that I have all over me." And she just looked at me like, "What? What was that?" I meant like that spray lube is all over me from spraying this, but that didn't go so well. Anyways, so I got that top one working. It's working really good, but this bottom one, every once in a while it locks up. So I'm actually in the process of pulling it all out. I pulled the clip out right now. There's 4 bolts, and this freaking whole mechanism should be called like the Joey mechanism. It's a pain in the ass. This was all rusty inside here, so I cleaned it up as best I could, put some spray lube on there, and then I'm gonna try to get it pulled out of here and see if I can get it working again really good. I was afraid these bolts were gonna break off, but they actually came out pretty easy. So I had to put gloves on though, because like I said, I had that lube everywhere. And now that I got this down, that goes in either way. You can put it forward or reverse, it doesn't matter. I'll pull this out, I'll put it on the bench. Yeah, this thing's all jammed up. And what happened is they coated these with rubber, and the rust pushes the rubber off. This is actually a piece of rubber right here. Excuse me. But I don't know if you guys can see that in the camera. That's all rubber coming off of that, which is really, really sad and stupid design. So the rubber is all jammed up inside that. So if I have to, I'll take a little mini torch and burn all that rubber off there or something. I don't know. I'll take a razor blade, cut as much as I can off of there. But there's the problem right there is, you know, all that rust that's jammed in this. So I'll keep messing with it and see what I can do. So I was just thinking about it. I have this, you know, it's all horribly rusty, but I think what I'm gonna do is put it in the wire brush And when I say wire brush, I'm talking about the one behind me on the bench here. But if not, I have some of that evapor rust. And if it doesn't come off with the wire brush, I'll soak it in evapor rust overnight. So we'll see what happens. I'll clean it and then go from there. Well, there was the problem right there. Just like what I thought, all that rubber and stuff, you can still see a little bit down in there, but there's not much I can do about that. I tried, I used the little propane torch and melted the rest of it out of there and cut it off with a razor blade and everything else, pull it out, and then lubed it up really good. But now it moves super easy. And that's what I need right there. So now it's just, it clicks like it's supposed to and everything works really good. So I'll go ahead and spray it off one more time and lube it up and then put it up in there and we'll see where we're at. Well, there you go. That's proof that you could take a $700 truck, and spend $3,000 in labor and have it fixed, no problem at all. It works perfect. Nice and easy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Thumbs up, all that good stuff, and please subscribe to my channel. Later.